hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? Big Porky here, the voice of hardcore boxing, and I hope you've subscribed as well, or I'll be coming to pay you a visit. Porky's Corner is proud to be sponsored by Spartan Site Solutions. They are specialists in civil engineering and demolition contracts for the construction industry. Interested parties should visit their website or contact Porky's Corner for a referral at porkycorner@mail.com.
Oh, you hardcores, come on, let's have some fun. Hello all you hardcores, how you doing? Big P here, biggest gob in sport. Crush your man! You know you're serving a man. Why don't you just admit it? Hey, just admit that you're serving a man. We can all move forward. How can we move forward at the moment? So what you're doing, you keep moving goalposts to different dates. Oh, it's April, it's June, it's October, it's now December, oh what? February? Come on. We know what's going on, don't we? Right? Serving a ban. If you're not serving a ban, well, if you're not serving a ban, why are you not fighting? That's how I look at it. Well, them things, innit? Oh. Eddie Hills, the Iceman. What are you up to?
Don't buy wigs that come off at the wrong time. Maury's wigs don't come off, even underwater. And remember, Maury's wigs are tested against hurricane winds. Don't forget about money. You can afford a Maury wig, price to fit every budget. So call me now.
Hey? The Iceman, the killer from Billericay. Hey? Hop, hop, bang on that one. If Crusher Ben fights Boots Ennis, if he fights him, he will get lit up and he'll never be the same fighter again. And all them people around him, you know, your Eddie Hills and all them Simsers, they'll just move on to the next one. And that's what happens. That's just what happens. It's called boxing. But it's called business. That's what it's called, business. You know what I mean? It is what it is, isn't it? But, why don't they put Crusher Ben in with Hands of Foam. And we could call it for the WBC gimmick title. Hey? Why not do that? Hey? Why not do that? You know what I mean? Instead of putting us through all this rubbish you keep feeding us. Every single day, day in, day out. It's a joke. Boxing fans have had enough. We're fighting back, we're sick of the lies, sick of the bullshit. Right? Why are people failing dope tests and then getting big legal people behind them and then saying, no, we didn't fail it. Here, look, come and take us on. So if you've got money and you're at the top end of the table and you're world ranked or you've already made a few million, who's going to be able to take you on? These drug agencies, they're not able to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute joke. That's what it is, an absolute joke. So that's where we're at, innit? We be crooks, but gimmick title. At least Campbell Hands of Foam Hatton, not around shouting his mouth off. He's pretty humble, isn't he? You know what I mean? The kid's pretty humble. Oh. No, it is what it is. It is what it is. The Callum situation, what cheeses me off more than anything is the fact that the arrogance, and they all know what's going on. It's like a cover up, isn't it? And it looks to me like they're all getting a bit bored of it now. It's run its course, it's been going on. Well, it's been going on a long time. We're all fed up of it now. Kid's got a sledgehammer break. Hey? Sledgehammer! I see Conor Ben suing. So I see him suing people, I see them all in court. That's what I see happening. These things always do. That's where they end up in court. You see how I brought that 10 off at Cush there? I don't normally pop the brown. I usually leave it because people say, "Fuck, he's back up brown, he's pointing brown." Well, I'm over it now, all that brown talk. Touche, way! His hair was perfect. Hello all you hardcores, how you doing? Big P here. With his healthy meal option. I preferred it when I had 1,000 packets or 1,008 in the box. Rice Krispie Squares. I preferred it when I had that and a pint of full fat milk. Internet on. Watching Froch Pascal Rice Krispies, door shut, and no friends. That were in my element. Well, that's about 10-12 years ago. So we're going to crack on now. What next for Tyson Fury? Well, I was walking about 23 Clem, I've heard today. 23 Clem. He can put 2 stone on in a week. So, who's saying he's going to fight February 17th? Who's saying that? Hey, who's saying he's going to fight February 17th? Victor, if he fights September 17th, I'll be shocked. I'll be absolutely shocked for a simple reason. It's Christmas and he wanted his shape. And the shape he's just been in for Ngannou, you couldn't turn that around over a Christmas period before February 17th. No way on this earth. No way on this earth. Now the father, on Captain Chaos, he's running about saying that Tyson's on slide, this and that. Well, he's telling the truth for once, because he is. But they're trying to say that to Usyk, so Usyk's thinking, oh, he ain't. Trust me, he is. And they're going to pull out this fight. They'll pull out. All them people who are going, yeah, it's happening, it's happening. It would have happened by now, wouldn't it? What happened with Vladimir rematch? That were happening, wasn't it? Conor Ben Eubank, is that happening? Well, is it? Oh, they're saying Feb for that now. I don't believe a word I'm hearing. I don't believe it. If you line them all up, Tyson, Captain Chaos, Bricktop, Eddie Hills, Big Meech, line all that lot up, whatever they say, the only people that repeat it are them lickers like the Gad. You've just seen the Gad, haven't you? With Adam Cattrall, who's a proper boxing mad Adam Cattrall, I like him. But the Gad, what were you doing in that Frank Warren thing, that and Adam Cattrall thing? Why were you even on it, Gad? Because all you did was sit still like that. You didn't do anything. 4 times you agreed with Bricktop. What about your colleague? Do you know what I mean? Do you know if you worked here, I'd kick you up and down this industrial estate. Do you know that? Hey? I don't put any of that here. Siding with people or people telling tales. No, this is my domain here till Kevin comes. And he's never here. So I don't put with any of that. So why should Adam Cattrall, his colleague? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. All that Bricktop never even let him speak. He never even let him speak. How can you nail him that however many minutes they had? How can you nail what you need to say when he's talking over you? It's an utter joke. It's an utter joke. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I saw. So they didn't resolve anything. He asked, are we going to have Tyson on TalkSport? So you'll have to take it up with him. So it's Tyson that didn't want to go on TalkSport then, is it? Listen. All we want is the fights. All this because they don't want to fight certain people. None of them do. None of them, do they? Come on, who are they all fighting? Wilder's supposed to be this killer. He's going in with Joseph Parker, who the Canman's beat. Dylan White's done him. Dylan White done Parker. But yeah, Wilder's going in with Parker and he's supposed to be this killer. It's just going to be a feeding frenzy for Wilder, isn't it? You know, they're sending Parker to slaughter, to meat market, I call it. Like all them defences Klitschko had, so Tyson Fury dealt with him. I'm very shocked I said that. Oh, it's true, isn't it? He out-hustled him, didn't he? Picked his pocket. He didn't nail him with heavy, did he? He just picked his pocket, and that was the only way you could beat him with that horrible style. Them horrible styles like that, who seem unbeatable. They're horrible. They're horrible, but it is what it is, isn't it? So, Okie dokie, so Tyson Fury is going to fight on February the 17th against Usyk. No, do you know why? Because he likes his tucker and his booze and his late nights too much, and that's his undoing. To beat Usyk, you need to be agile. How can you be agile if you're going in ring 20 clementines and Usyk's there 16 clementines and a southpaw as well, an undefeated southpaw? That's how I look at it. You've got to be agile to beat him. It's alright having the power and that, but what about once you miss a shot, how are you going to get out of the way? Whereas before, he could slip and slide, couldn't he? Lean back and get out of the way. He can't get out of the way now. Do you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Muhammad Ali after he fought Foreman. Fought Frazier, didn't he, for the third time, through Manila. The pair of them couldn't get out of the way of each other. That's why it was such a war. If you look at the first fight, it wasn't so bad, after they finished it. The third one, in 14 rounds, they were both at death's door. And that's what they did. They spilt their guts for boxing fans, like Chris Eubank did and Nigel Benn when they fought, like Froch and Grove when they fought, Arturo Gatti and Ward, Diego Corrales and Castile. They spilt the guts. How many of this lot now, this heavyweight lot, how many of them are spilling their guts? Well, how many? They all wanted to pick and choose and be shouting 70-30, 60-40, 50-50. What is all that about? Hey? What is all that about? Hey? It's unbelievable. It's something every single day, isn't it? Do you know what? I've stopped deleting stuff now. When the story changes, do you know what I do? I just shelf it and come back to it. Do you know why? Because they always come back to it once they've gone round in a circle. It's all there. It's all there. You've just got to open your eyeballs, press a few buttons on your keyboards. Alright? So I'll catch you later after my dinner. Peace out! Right, on to light heavyweights in UK. We've got Callum Smith. He's going to fight Beterbiev in the next couple of months. Is that a good fight? Yeah, it's a good fight, that. Real good fight. Who do I see winning that fight? I see Beterbiev stopping Callum Smith. I don't think Callum Smith's ever really been hit, has he? I don't think Canelo really got into him, did he? I think Callum Smith, when he fought Canelo, I think he was caught in headlights. He took the fight at short notice for money. He took the fight for money, but I think that he tried to just contain Canelo and not go for it. That's my opinion. I think he felt the power earlier on. A couple of big arm shots, so whacking him out arms, wasn't he? I didn't think he wanted to know, but if he's going to do that, getting clipped off Canelo, well, what's going to happen when Beterbiev starts punching holes in him? So that'll be all she wrote once he gets hold of him. Yeah, the only good thing he's got going for him is Beterbiev, whatever you want to call him. He can get old any day, can't he? He can get old any single day, I'm afraid. So I see him running over Callum Smith. I don't think Callum Smith should even be in the same ring as him, same country. So I look at it, same stratosphere, because who was he beat to say I need to be fighting Beterbiev? George Groves. How long ago was that? That was years ago. George Groves were a one-armed bandit at the time. Let's have it right. They were bullied into that fight. If you don't believe me, go and ask Shane McGuigan. He'll tell you. They bullied him into it. And Groves foolishly took it for money. When really, if he'd have sat back and said, I'm not fighting until I'm 100%, it might have been a different outcome, because he fought at 50%, George Groves. Man with one arm! So, it is what it is on that one. Dan Aziz against Joshua Buatsi. I like Dan Aziz, he's done it the old school way. And he could just bring a surprise on the night, couldn't he? And if he did, that would be a victory for boxing, wouldn't it? It would prove that you don't just need to be an Olympian to get on in boxing, do you? All these Olympians, they're like, they've had everything on a plate, haven't they? Get a weekly wage, get a leased car, free food, free medical, free grasses, free tracksuits, eye tests, ice baths. The lot, the equipment up there they've got at the EIS is fantastic. But Dan Aziz hasn't had all that, has he? And look at Joshua Buatsi. It's over 7 years since the Olympics, since Rio Olympics. He's not even fought for a world title yet. What is going on? Who is advising this man? Eh? It's craziness. That's what this is. So I see Buatsi as a slight favourite in that, but that could go either way. But going on skill set, I'm going to say that Buatsi nicks it on points. But I want Dan Aziz to win because I always back the underdog. I like that story of triumph over adversity. You know what I mean? This is why I don't like to bring this up because I do every other day, but this is why I can't really get behind Eddie no more. I would team Eddie for years, but once you start bringing books out and calling it Relentless, Eddie and his Relentless, and that it reminds me of that old Judd Nelson film from 80s. Do you remember it? The Judd Nelson film. Do you remember the trailer for it? Judd Nelson is relentless. Well, every time I see that come up when I'm flicking through a few old films on YouTube, I always think of Eddie Hills. You know, the lying little weasel that he is, 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, 4 by way of. He's knocked out his father. He went to points with Spotty Frank. And who these other 4 are, I don't know, but they wheeled one out and he told the right load of bullshit on IFL. Pop bang on that one, Eduardo. Can you imagine that? Getting up in the morning and saying, today I'm going to pretend that I had an amateur career. I can't get it out of my head. It's like me running around saying that I had a 147, isn't it? On my own in here. Right. Unbelievable, but it is what it is. So I'm going to give Joshua Buatsi shade it in a mandatory decision win. Okay, but it is what it is, isn't it? So, and the other guy, Anthony Yard. I don't really know what to say about Anthony Yard. He looks the part. He can obviously punch. Him and his trainer, they've stuck together like glue. I'd give them some stick, but they've come through it, haven't they? I'd give Ben Davison's stick, but he's come through it, hasn't he? They've come through it with flying colours. See, things with me, you see, I don't like people that are mouthy. Don't cut that out. I don't like people that start mouthing off and doing loads of interviews when they just come on scene. I couldn't get my head around that Sunday Ajayi at first. You know, dream it, believe it, become it. And all that lions in the camp, all that lion bar nonsense. It done my head in. That done my head in, and since he's toned it down a bit, I'm not Team Tunde. I think he's a weapon. But obviously, he's got the best out yard. But when I look at Anthony Yard, I think to myself, is he about legacy? Or is he about pound notes? I mean, he's a millionaire. Well, that's brilliant. But I'm not seeing anything on his CV that suggests that he's this superhuman man. Where are all the belts? That's what I want to know. Where are all the belts? But here's what it is. And so we've got Yard. We've got Callum Smith, aka Craterface. Do you remember him, Craterface? In Greece, and when we Rizzo, Scorpions. Remember him with a fire-breathing motor and flames transfers outside of it. We've got Mondo, we've got Buatsi, we've got Dan Aziz, and we've got Anthony Yard. There's 4 fighters there. Lyndon Arthur's a 5th fighter, right? He's fighting Bivol. That's an hard fight for Lyndon Arthur, but he needs respect taking that fight. So you put all them in mix, you could easily get another one, couldn't you? Willie Hutchinson, you could easily throw him in mix, couldn't you? Or you could easily make it into a British Super 6 or something, couldn't you? And you could have Ben Shalom, Bricktop, and Eddie Hills, the Iceman, all working together, couldn't you? So why can't they do that? Why has Callum Smith got to go chasing over to fight B2B when we know the result already, don't we? He's already been a world champion, why not fight in UK? He don't do a ticket in UK, does he? That's why he's had to go on road. Well, nobody buys into him, do they? So this is how I look at it. Why can't we have a Super 6 in UK? Why not? Anthony Yard, Callum Smith, Lyndon Arthur, Dan Aziz, Joshua Boazzi, Willie Hutchinson. Could give him the 6th slot, couldn't you? Scotsman. You know, they'd bring all the Scotch fans, wouldn't it? Could have a fight in Scotland, couldn't they? They could have it in UK, all that, couldn't they? And it could be a good show. But they can't do it, can they? Why is that? Why can't they work together? Why? I'll tell you why. Egos. Egos. What has it took for Bricktop and Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman from Billericay, the lying weasel, Eddie Hills, gobble, 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 gobble at the moment. Have you seen him? Slurp, 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 slurp. Eddie Hills. Eddie, you should be embarrassed. Are you embarrassed, Eddie? Because I'm just getting warmed up, baby. Eddie should be embarrassed, shouldn't he really, how he's been carrying off lately. You know what I mean? Slurpinator. The original Slurpinator. Eddie, after all them things you used to say about Bricktop to people, and you know what I'm on about, and now all of a sudden you've got the baby oil out that you borrowed off Flex. Eh? The Ingle Lab is that way. Pop, pop, bang. Do you know what I mean? It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And I'll tell you another thing that leaves a bad taste in my mouth as well, shall I? O'Hara Davis. The treatment of O'Hara Davis. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But look what's happening now. Hey, O'Hara Davis is working with them out there, isn't he? So it's worked out for O'Hara Davis. And do you know what? I heard a story that kid was like pretty low when Matchroom did that to him. They messed him about like that. Yeah, you, Charlie Sims, you know what I'm on about, you dog. Eh? Ponce! Because your old man's a coach. Innit, Charlie Sims? You're a ponce. Why does John Ryder need a manager? Why does anybody need you as a manager? I keep telling people, when you turn pro, let your trainer manage you for 3 years, then you do it yourself. That's it, just give your trainer a bit extra. Charlie Sims. What happens is, I'm going to tell you all how it works. You sign your Matchroom and they go, look, work with Charlie Sims, his dad's going to train you and work with his son as manager. So all very easy there, innit? All to keep everything in-house, innit? A bit like Don King and Carl King and Tim Witherspoon, we all know that story, don't we? These have been getting away with it for years. Oh, you've got to be managed by this person, oh, this person will train you. What? Listen, we all know what happened, don't we, when they torpedoed Joe Gallagher's stable, don't we? They were all laughing, weren't they? Well, they're not laughing now, are they? Boots on the other foot, innit? Them that laugh first, don't laugh last. Always remember that. I'm a firm believer in that. Massive, massive, massive believer in that. Alright? And that goes for them people that fly tipped on my car pitch and put dog shit through my letterbox and that taxman on my case here. Eh? Information received and all that nonsense. Jesus, eh? Just like stuff that's happened to other people in the boxing industry. This is what they try and do. Try and cut your legs off, don't they? People in industry. Laminate holders. Fans don't do that to people. Laminate holders. Because what? Because the people have got an opinion. You've just seen what's happened, haven't you? About people with opinions. And we'll talk about that later on, or probably tomorrow. Okie dokie. Right. We're training now, so peace out. Right. The media. This is how I look at it with media, right? All they need to do is ask questions, proper questions. I keep banging on about it, and I'm going to keep banging on about it. All these media guys like the Gad, Juggiers, Spencer Oliver, Simon Jordan, Steve Bunce, all of them. Colin Hart. Oh, Colin Hart there with his grey wig. All the lot of them. All they need to do is ask proper questions. When the media asked questions to Anthony Joshua, or that Dev Sandwich, remember when he asked Anthony Joshua questions and Anthony Joshua refused to speak to him? Why didn't somebody put it on him? Why didn't somebody say, Eddie, I'm asking the questions. If he don't want to speak, he shouldn't have to fight, does he? Kick him off the bill. If I were a promoter, I said, you, get gone, off this bill. But they need him, don't they? And that's why he did it. He did it to show authority, to say, we're not going to conform to you, Bricktop and your boys. We're our own people. Well, as far as I'm concerned, people are saying, yeah, Eddie's gobbling Frankoff. Slurp, 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 slurp. Gobble, 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 gobble. Doesn't anybody fuck anymore? It's just gobbling in it and slurping. That's how I look at it. But maybe we've all been wrong. Maybe it's Bricktop that's gobbling and slurping. Because they both need each other. It's just that Bricktop got in there with them, didn't he? You know, that turkey neck bloke or whatever he's called. You know, the sand Arab. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. But it is what it is, isn't it? In the ring or on the soft sand, ask proper questions. Do you know what I mean? Ask proper questions. Why have we got the heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, and the former unified heavyweight champion, two-time Joshua, refusing to ask the questions? What is that about? What? If nobody wanted to ask him anything, they'd be crying their eyeballs out, wouldn't they? Hey, I can't believe what's gone on. This is in front of our eyeballs. What are media doing? Besides rimming these people daily. Daily. They get them on up, don't they, with these questions, and we're like, oh, go on, go on. And then they get like an answer back, and then that's it. They go down another avenue. They shit the pants. And that's why it's in a mess. That's why 50% of people are saying Fury don't fight Usyk in February. He might fight him, but not in Feb. 50% don't believe it. So they're guaranteed the money in Saudi, but imagine if they put that fight on at Wembley. Nobody would buy a ticket, would they, till after weigh-in? Well, they wouldn't, would they? How could you trust this lot? Line them all up. What would you believe? You'd only believe Usyk, wouldn't you? You wouldn't believe that shower of shit. Who believes anything, any of that shower of shit, say? I don't. Do you? Do all you YouTubers with access? Fucking do me a favour. Do me a favour. Coogan, look in the mirror when you go home. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, am I doing my job as a boxing journalist, or am I just PR for these people? Hey, when these people ring you up, Coogan, and say, you, put this out on your channel, they send you something off their phones, and you put it out straight away as your content, but that means that you're their PR guy. You're not interviewing, they're sending you content, or you're taking it off their Instas. That's not journalism. Come on, you're PR guy for them. In-house PR guy like the rest of us. And that's why it's a mess. It's a mess, isn't it? We can't get light heavyweights at it. We can't even get the cruiserweights at it, can they? Never mind the heavyweights. Jeez. Do you know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Gobble, 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 slurp, 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 rim, rim, rim. It's totally embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm off to do some training. Peace out.